Hey everybody, it's Jim with the Friday video, and I'm in Yukon. In just a minute, we're going to talk with Amy, and she's going to tell us about her life as a shift lead. One of the things I wanted to mention to you right off the bat is that we are in the process of purchasing an additional warehouse. It's right next door to the main warehouse down at 316 South Blackwelder, and it's fully leased right now, so we're not going to take immediate occupancy. We're still, maybe weeks away from the closing on the property, but when we get it, we'll have some income from that, and eventually we'll probably use that for overflow and of our warehouse, but also for some programs that we're thinking about doing, including furniture refinishing and bicycle repair. So lots of interesting things going on there. We got approval from our board to spend some money to acquire stores in Enid and Weatherford, and so those are probably going to start rolling out next year, and we're laying the groundwork and the foundation for that. Hey, I was out at Yukon this morning, and you know what I noticed? Everybody is wearing red gloves. Now, you've probably seen the safety posters that says "Get caught red-handed." That's a great reminder. Many of the injuries that our employees suffer are a result of getting cut or pricked or scratched or something like that. And if you have your gloves on, I know sometimes they get a little warm, and we've tried to find the ones that are not hot when you put them on and yet give you the ability to pick things up. So wear those gloves. That'll really help you stay injury-free, and it'll help all of us. So let's talk to Amy. Okay, I met Amy this morning. She is a shift lead here in Yukon. Been with us for a year?
Yeah, a little over a year.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you grew up and that kind of thing, and then we'll talk about your work as a shift lead.
Okay, well, I grew up in Moore. I've always struggled in life. Could never find my footing. Finally came across Goodwill, and this is my home. Like, I belong here.
And you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you.
Well, tell us now, you started as an associate, and then you moved to shift lead. So tell us a little bit about that transition.
Well, I was an associate for about 6 months, and I knew this was where I was going to be. Like, I don't want to be anywhere else. I don't want to work anywhere else. So I wanted to move up and started asking questions and talked to the right people and got the right answers.
Good. All right. So sometimes we used to have a rule quite a while ago that you could not promote in your own store. And the idea was it's hard to supervise people that you've been peers with or same level with. And our thinking was, well, what if we train people how to do that? And I know it can be challenging, but how did you make that transition, and was it difficult?
It was really difficult. Like, my associates are my friends, they're my family, and to have to tell them to do something that I'm not doing it's difficult. Yeah. But you learn to deal with it, and they eventually learn that you are an authority.
Right.
Yeah. It works out great.
Yeah. We were talking a little bit earlier, Amy and I, about the need to have both head and heart involved. So you got to be diplomatic. You have to be compassionate, but as a shift lead or an assistant manager or store manager, you still have work that needs to be done. You have to direct people. I'm leading a class at lunchtime on a book called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And the most important thing, I think, is relationship. You got to have the right relationship. But when you are in a position of leadership, you can't necessarily be buddy-buddy with people. Right. You still have to get work done. So it takes a combination of head and heart. All right. Well, thanks for sharing that, Amy. And, the question I always ask folks is, do you have any advice for us? Advice, or maybe advice for me. How can we be the best employees for Goodwill that we can be?
Just pat yourself on the back. know that what you're doing is important to everybody else.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I was writing cards this week, birthday and anniversary cards, and a lot of times in the card I'll write, "Thank you for living the mission." You guys are living the mission. Sometimes it feels like a job, I know, and it's just stuff that you have to grind through. But the big picture is that we are helping people change their lives. We're helping people overcome challenges to employment. So I'm glad we're helping you do that. You're helping others do that by what you do here. So don't forget, you're living the mission every day. All right. Amy, anything else?
Nope, I think that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, have a great weekend, everybody, whether you're working or not. And I'll see you next week. I don't know where I'll be next week, but we'll post a video. See ya.